What's up everyone, this is Shay down here, and here I'm going to talk about what to do for the trial stages in Sonic Adventure DX, because we're going to need them to complete 100% of this game. Alright, so first trial number stage 1 is Sonic the Hedgehog's Emblems. The B-level stage, you have to have 50 rings before the end of the stage, which is a easy requirement to do unless you're not careful. The final requirement for Sonic State Emblems are the level under a time limit. Each stage has its own time limit. Emerald Coast is 2 minutes. Windy Valley is 3 minutes. Casino Outpost is 5 minutes. Ice Cap is 4 minutes. Pickle Park is 3 minutes. Speed Highway is 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is probably the hardest of all the stages. And Red Mountain is 3 minutes. Skydeck is 5 minutes. Lost World is 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Final Egg is 4 minutes and 30 seconds as well. You're going to need to abuse the spin dash as much as possible. Don't worry, as it will be difficult to do, but it will be easy to do once you get the hang of it. For Tails Miles Per Hour stages, it's actually very similar to Sonic. The B levels are all 50 rings. However, the A rank levels are different because you're going to be fighting a faster Sonic and a faster Robotnik. The Robotnik one is stupid easy, do not worry about it at all. Sonic can be double the speed of what he usually is normally. This includes Ice Cap. Ice Cap is unfair like that, so be very careful. For Knuckles stages, it's a bit different. The B level for him is actually very obnoxious if you don't know what you're doing. You cannot touch a single hidden bubble whatsoever. Doing that will fail the stage instantaneously, including pointless hidden bubbles, so be very careful about that. The A rank level is do it in a minute, a single minute in all those stages. It requires a lot of timing, patience, and a whole lot of restarting, so pointing that out right now. The level does keep the emeralds in a similar location, so you won't have to worry too much, but I would recommend making sure you know exactly where you're going. Skydeck is 2 minutes, not 1 minute at all. Amy's stages is where you're going to have the hardest of difficulties, because Amy controls very differently and slower. She has the same requirements as Sonic, where the B level is the 50 ring requirement and the A level is a time limit. The first stage, Twinkle Park, is 2 minutes, which is going to be a pain in the neck if you're not used to doing Amy's controls. If you spin jump in midair, you can get your acceleration to maximum and just keep doing spin hops to get away from things. House Shelter is easy because it's 6 minutes and 30 seconds, so you'll have plenty of time to get there. Final Egg is 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is also a good time, but be careful at the end of the stage where it randomizes the doors. The next one is Biggs, and his requirements for the other levels are different for every other character. Point this out right now. Get every single one of his upgrades, including the lure power-ups. Trust me, you'll save so much time. I will put on screen where the other lure power-ups are, where I did not point out in the Let's Play, right now. And the requirement for the B level is 1000 G fish and then Froggy. The last one, the A rank, is 2000 G fish and Froggy. This requirement is going to be a pain because if you try to do Twinkle Park's A stage without getting all the lure power-ups, you are not going to be able to catch a single emblem-worthy fish of A level whatsoever. You have to get all of them. Ice Cap is easier to handle because there's a hammerhead shark and blue-sized sharks that can fit for the A ranks just fine. Emerald Coast has a lot of other fish as well. There's larger ones there that can give you the A rank easily. You just need to make sure you can do it right. Hot Shelter does give you issues as well. However, there is a trick to this area I do know about. By going up to the area and letting a monkey bomb the glass, you can catch a fish that's automatically worth 2000 G, which is a coelacanth, which is easily able to do so. This gets the requirement out of the way very easily. Last but certainly not least is Gamma stages. The B level for Gamma is easy with 50 rings. The A level is different because this timer goes down instead of up. The requirement is to have at least a certain number of seconds left in the clock. What I mean by that is making sure having a second timer going right correctly. Timing your attacks with laser pointers is a great way to make sure your timer goes up. Windy Valley is probably the easiest one you're going to do. No matter what, you're going to automatically get higher seconds regardless of that. Emerald Coast is the same thing. It's very easy to do as long as you make sure you time your lasers appropriately. The minute requirement for Final Egg is 150, which is easy to do. You just need to rush through the stage and time your attacks with enough enemies locked on at the same time.
Complete.
The Red Mountain can be tricky if you don't know what you're doing. Hot Shelter can be also tricky if you don't manage to line up the enemies. There is one area in particular that gives you a ton of enemies and 8 enemies in a row that can increase your timer so fast. The only issue you're going to have is probably Zeta, but be honest, if you've watched the Let's Play, you would know by just mashing the laser button, it's easy to just shoot Zeta's lasers very easily and then destroy it with no problem whatsoever. Alright, and that's it for every single one of the trial stages for Sonic Adventure. It is a long, long process. Alright, speaking, this is going to be a long thing you're going to do. There is another ability I forgot to mention. For Amy's stages, you're going to want to also go over and do that trial, the hammer whack again. I forgot to do this, but I didn't realize it. But there is another upgrade for her doing that again by completing it over 5,000 points. Getting that will give you the long hammer, which will give you access to stronger wings, as well as a bigger range. The hedgehog hammer requirement's also necessary with long hammer because you need to make sure you do it twice. So that way you can get access to getting the hedgehog hammer trial mission, which gives you 2 emblems. You have to beat the high score twice. You just need to beat it twice. So as a result of that, it's going to be a bit tricky if you don't know what you're doing. Minigames has their own unique minigame emblems. You get 2 per each. Sky Chase automatically gives it to you because you get enough points to do so. It's not hard. Sandhill can be the most challenging out of all of them because you have to make sure you keep a chain going. Especially with those hoops. And especially with those gates. You can beat the high score of over 10,000 points. It's not easy. I'll show on screen a complete run of me getting that 10,000 points because it's going to be a bit tricky if you don't know what you're doing. You don't have to copy the way I do it normally, but there are other ways to get the 10,000, which can be easy to do.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
Pointing this out right now, Twinkle Circuit's probably the easiest one you can do. I didn't show it in the Let's Play, but if you manage to make sure you go as slow as possible in the first lap of it, and by doing it with one character, you just need to beat your high score of that lap to get a second emblem. It's that easy, not gonna lie. You can also have fun with other characters doing so. Big has the highest speed, but the lowest control. Now, the last 5 of the emblems is a bit different to find, because they are actually located in a different event, known as Chao Gardens.
Just remember,
now, you might be asking yourself, what are Chao? Well, Chao are adorable little creatures from Sonic Universe that appeared in Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2. The Chao are unique as they are capable of changing types, changing their abilities, changing pretty much anything about them based on the character that touches them. Now, I'm going to point out right now, in Sonic Adventure 1, the first Chao types are known as swim types. Swim is basically the ability to swim underwater, swim in water, and etc. The Fly Chao are technically capable of flight very, very good distances. And Run Chao are the ability to run at good speeds. Power is either pushing, shaking, or doing anything physical activity-wise. Stamina is how the Chao does it when they need energy. Outright speaking, there are definitely different stages that tend to be based on what Chao needed the items. I'll put on screen which Chao areas are good for Sonic Adventure 1 to get every type. Just know that stamina can only be gotten in Chao Gardens. You cannot get stamina in any other passive way. Also, Chao are capable of evolution and reincarnation. However, if you treat Chao wrong, the Chao will undergo, well, death. As a result of that, Chao will technically change into dead Chao, and as a result of that, the Chao will eventually die, and then you will never see them again, including all stats. When Chao reincarnate, though, they keep 10% of all their stats, so as a result of that, the Chao is actually very capable of returning back. Their stages, a lot of them give bonus points. I would recommend the Chao Fruit more often than not whenever you get food items, because that's actually very good to upgrade all your stats at once. The problem with Chao tends to be based on how to get everything correctly, because in Adventure 1, it's only animals, nothing else. Adventure 2, there's Chao Gale's drives, but we don't have to worry about that one. Now, the last of the well, emblems are found only in the jewel races. Jewel races are tending to be the hardest races in the game, and you're going to need to make sure your Chao is actually really good. So as a result of that, you want to make sure they're at least high level. Now let's go over to our Chao. As you notice, I've definitely gone overboard on my Chao. Now, technically speaking, he's an evolved Chao, so technically twice. Alright, I've already done the Pearl Coast. Thankfully on screen right now, you'll see how well he did. He really crushed them. The Amethyst Cup is the one that needs Flight to actually take an advantage of this. And since his flight is high, he can take advantage of it and has high swim. Now, as a result of that, you've noticed a lot of the Chao in the area are, well, as you can plainly put it, evolved. So as a result of that, you're going to have a difficult time if you're not careful enough. Chao evolved differently in how well they raised. So as an example, you can definitely tell my Chao is literally crushing them in speed. As a result of that, my Chao is going to literally outpace them in speed-wise, no matter what. Because they reached 99, the Chao is unable to be caught up to. Now, let's just see how he does. And fly, buddy! Now he's swimming. Swimming is actually what you need to do for flight to perfect itself. Because while flight is definitely good, the higher you have to flight, the much farther distance you can get. And as you can plainly tell, we can switch using the left stick and actually go back to our Chao. And as you can plainly tell, we are literally crushing the competition right now. There's no chance they're catching up to us. Dude, King, get up. King, please wake up. Technically speaking, the game will force the camera to change every time that Chao gets tired or the Chao get an exclamation on their head. The problem with that is it's going to be a bit of a challenge to deal with. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet and let you guys watch the rest of this race. And by that I mean I'll let you see how quickly he crushed the competition. Man, King really did pull out the stops on this one. Now then, let's get the 127th emblem. As you plainly tell, that race was a different one, all things considered. Beginner races are easy. These are the hardest of the hard. So yeah, you want to be very, very good on it. As you know, stamina is probably his weakest stat. Sapphire Cup is... Did I actually... Huh. I know I didn't complete that right. Oh, that's the personal record from the Beginner Cup. Alright, speaking, you're going to need to do these all the personal records are all just the Beginner Cups. Joe, keep in mind about that. With high speed and high power, you might have a chance. Oh, I should probably mention something. You see that Chao that looks like Chao the Hedgehog? Well, green one. That is a Dark Chao. Dark Chao tend to be, well, different. I'll let you know right now, it takes Dark Fruit to do that, so... Really, King? Come on, man. King, come on, you can do it. King, for some reason, was tripping twice. I don't know why. A lot of this is based on luck, so be very careful about that. So, yeah, I'm gonna let you guys watch the race and see if we win. That green one will not leave King alone. Man, that one is just a mean one. I should mention right now that a lot of Chao are raised differently, and the AI Chao can be either unfair or poorly balanced. As you can plainly tell, I think the biggest weakness is the fact that a lot of easier ways of getting Chao upgrades is based on 2 stages in Sonic Adventure 1. As you notice, based on the stats I showed on screen, it's technically that stage, and it's harder to get to because, A, you have to change to a different area just to get to it. Anyway, we got another 128. We're getting closer and closer to the 130, which is the max. Alright, and the Ruby course, which is technically the easiest one for my Chao because I have high swimming. However, as you plainly tell, it's going to be a bit of a pain in the neck to do, especially when the Chao is racing a lot of swim-based Chao. A lot of the Chao are upgraded and very quick, but be very careful as other Chao can body block, and as a result of that, it gets a very, very exhausting to do. Right now we have a slight advantage. That's a very, very slight advantage. So as a result of that, be very careful. I would recommend, if you aren't confident, to make sure your stats are maxed out. Stat maxing is very good, however, there's a problem with that. The Chao can stat max. The biggest issue is a King, please, buddy. Thank you. Technically speaking, you would have to make sure you grind up on the stage very quickly. There are ways to do it and cheese it out by just exiting the stage while you're getting the animals. And I'll show you what animals are technically the best. Oh, I've already completed the Ruby Cup. That's weird. That is very confusing. I could have sworn I didn't beat that yet. Huh. Did I not do the Pearl Cup? Ah, now I remember. I didn't do the Pearl Cup by accident. Whoopsie. Oh boy, power is his weakest stat right now. Actually, no, it's flight. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a bit of a challenge. I hope to win this. Otherwise, I'm going back to grinding on Red Mountain. Wow, King crushed it. Okay, that was very quick for him. He really crushed the record as well. That's really good for him. I hope that was enough. Yep, that was enough. Okay, 129. The final one is one that requires all the abilities we use during the race. And a maxed out Chao will literally crush it no matter what. The biggest oof is my stamina. As you plainly tell, the stamina is literally what's killing me to begin with. So, yeah. Let's just go in and see if we can complete it. I will cut if it's not possible, and I'll just have to upgrade King quickly. It's not going to take that long to upgrade a King. It's just time-consuming and tedious. That's all it is when it comes to certain Chao. Now, as you plainly notice, King did not take the alternate route, so for some reason the Chao can technically flop and decide to not take a route that's technically faster. The issue of that is because his flight is not high enough for his AI to actually check going the alternate route is better for him. So as a result of that, you can plainly tell it's the issue, and I do not like the fact that it keeps targeting every the Chao but mine. Technically speaking, those sparkles can cause a speed up, but the problem with that is speed up is technically good for a Chao who's technically losing. Get up, King! King, you've taken your breath. Okay. Okay, that was a little bit worrying. Okay, let's just keep going. Stop targeting him. You know, I kind of wish the Chao would, you know, fly off these hops, but clearly, yeah, it didn't slow down every time he fell down there. Alright, that's good. So, yeah, it's still the same race, but the problem is, as you can plainly tell, a lot harder. A lot harder, and the AI is programmed to be very good. So, a lot of the Chao stats technically are close to yours, but not high enough for run, as you plainly tell. I overdid it with run. But run is technically the most important stat next to swim. Because outright speaking, flight and power are not as needed as you plainly tell. Power is useful to climb up those ledges very quickly and everything else, but I will not worry about it too much. Oh, trip. Okay, and as you notice, this is going to be very tricky. Also, if we do complete this now, that would mean we have 130 emblems. And there is something good. Where are you going, King? He literally just turned around and didn't go forward. He just went like, wee. Okay, that was a little weird and worrying at the same time. Why are you targeting the evolved normal Chao? Okay, I think we're definitely going to win this. This is not as bad as I thought it would be because, hypothetically speaking, I have not managed to win these Chao races at all. And this took like days to get this Chao actually up to this level to begin with. And now that we've completed all 130, you may be asking yourself, what's the reward for 130 emblems? Okay, Chao's best friend was the requirement, and we unlocked the last achievement for it. Sonic, what are you doing in the water? Perfect Adventurer. Now I'm going to cut ahead to what we get for that.
Select your
So, the 100% reward you get when doing that is unlocking Metal Sonic. It's not anything super fancy like you think it is, though. It's all Sonic stages and essentially a skin of Sonic the Hedgehog. However, he does look somewhat similar to Metal Sonic. Everything else still roughly the same with Sonic. Outright speaking, Metal Sonic even has his little picture on the bottom left. So yeah, the 100% reward is Metal Sonic. He also has Metal Sonic's run animation, which is really nice and interesting when he's max speed. However, I plainly love spin shooting more. Metal Sonic does not have any major differences. Metal Sonic is literally just copy paste over Sonic. So there's not a whole lot to say there. His animations and movement are technically still ripped from him. So yeah, it's pretty much a 100% reward. Completing all trial stages of Metal Sonic unlocks the final completion for this game. And technically speaking, while it is a big reward, it's not exactly as important as you think it is. So outright speaking, all the stages are still the same regardless. Time trial, etc. Funny thing is, if you go in order for Metal Sonic, he is not doing anything bad to him at all. However, a lot of the lives do not carry over for other characters. So, yeah, it's just trial stage! Whoa, no, I'm dead. Huh, no death sound. Anyway, I'm gonna meet you guys after I'm done with all the trial stages. That is entirely jarring why, outright speaking, Metal Sonic performs the same blasted actions as Sonic. Outright speaking, you won't get any emblems for doing this. And while that's the case, there's only one achievement you get from doing all the Metal Sonic stages. And it's kind of a low bar.
Select a stage.
Basically speaking, we can look at the achievements through... Well, wait a minute, I can't reach back. Let's see, what was the achievement area? Ah, here it is. All achievements. All achievements. Sonic Adventure. Metal Sonic is the very low achievement that everyone can get. And there are other achievements, however, once you complete Metal Sonic stages all the way through, you essentially get everything else. Get A rank of all extra stages and complete all missions is the last one. That one, I will not be able to do for a while because there's a certain mission that's been glitching on me, so as a result of this, by the time of this recording, there's no reason to complete all of Metal Sonic stages outright. So, I think we're going to end this off right here. And this is the end of Sonic Adventure. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time for the next game on this channel. And then, I'll also have that video of hopefully the 60 missions done because, man, that thing is taking a while. So, see you guys then.